Azami's now be able to reallocate Kiba barriers towards Study, as Doki's going to be reading into that pressure, has a hatch drop available too. But Gomez just charges on in, finds one iconic to Gemini. Virtue will get one trader back and Sports off the board, but a 2 versus 4. 45 seconds and M80 have time to calm the nerve. C4 below misses. G2 need to find something and find it fast with that Dread Mine and give Virtue away. In it through the smoke, he finds iconic. Alamau finds one more, the advantage M80's gone.
Wow, good hold. Alamau gets back on the side as well, and all of a sudden, we're going to get into that last 20 seconds. Diaz holding the crosses. The case is going to go down, but the Kiba barrier is helping. Alamau gets the kill, making it a 2v1, and now he can hold that one-way angle where Diaz is going to have to push. He's got one nade in the back pocket as well. Do not forget that utility. Don't swing, Diaz. You've got the nade in the back pocket. He's going to try to use his gun. He's forced back, gets himself his first kill, tries to get the knife, but he's going to get shot down, and Alamau will defuse the case as G2 take round 1. Minute and 10 seconds left on the round now. Spout with the diffuser in hand, playing as Ash, getting into that gunfight, and he's going to get shut down as Benja gets revenge from round 1. 1-on-1, the two friends are. Diaz steps his way in the laundry. Another fight that could be pretty important about to kick off. Gemini on his debut. Oh, great shot from Gemini. Benja gets another one, and G2 take a 2-0 lead from M80. Or it could be completely terrible, depending on what way Iconic is able to impact the round.
If Virtue has enough, oh, the F-Not's not going to have an effect. Actually, Iconic's blinded, and that's going to be the benefit of having a Fenrir. Gemini finds one, can't make it 2, but the impact of that blitz is gone. White finds that trade, and now alone, he's going to get sworn, but Virtue will meet the wrath of Spoit. The Nordic Gunner finds one, second in the round. 2 minutes remain, but an aggressive push by M80 has been rewarded with an early man advantage, but only to be crushed by Alamau, who pops up red stairs and claims Gomez inside a bathroom, and Alamau has to contest with that. Information relayed that he's going to have that dance around the chassis as the smoke goes up to buy some cover, and Diaz finds Benja with an instantaneous trade. Alamau will get one, but he's going to be left alone as Doki falls. Single member of G2 still standing. Brazilian left find one, takes a little bit of damage, and now he has to play it carefully. No Nitro Cell, no mind games. Debate peeks and nearly finds the head, and that enabled by him space.
But still, no plant. There's the swing though. Kino with the super shot. He shuts him down. And a bit of Brazil on Brazil action to finish the round north to south.
The drone inside a closet would have heard Doki break this window, so I like the ambition. I like it. He's cooking, but he's going to get read like a book. Spoit Soul Survivors. A tag team matchup between Virtue and Benja against the world. Virtue has his glasses ready. Benja can't even make a flank down below Gomez. I highlighted was going to be important, and he finds and shuts down the danger sensation, but Virtue finds one Iconic, but can't make it 2. Spoit calms it down and gets around for M80 on the pool table. Keep himself in play, but Gemini, a shield on main stairs could be a massive pressure point for M80 to break down. Gomez has one nade remaining, so he can clear it. And the Spoit's got no Ash charges left either, but Diaz gets Virtue. Virtue's been so key for this team, forcing a trade, but Gemini finds it. 3-2 advantage M80. Benja misses some critical shots and goes DBNO, leaving it all down to Gemini, the newest addition to this team. Sensation from Italy. What can he do? Nothing. Diaz shuts it down. M80 now lead.
Well, the Italian stallion was stabled in that round inside of Story as Diaz was able to get a kill, not a single bit of damage done. So now you really have no counter to the vertical, but Spoit tried to sneak his way into kitchen, and Alamau was able to get that kill from inside of mud. Doki takes down Kino, but Gomez through the smoke is able to find Gemini. Doki pulls one back. It's a 4 versus 2 now, and there's Diaz to give us a 3v2. Last round on attack, but there's another kill coming through as Virtue picks it up. Diaz, 5 HP, gives away his position on the drop, but sitting on 90 now, getting ready to push. Spots out the head, but Alamau wins the round. It's a 3-3 half.
This is what you love to see. Some of the best teams in the world.
Has already gone down that bottom floor. Looks like he's creeping up through the basement to try have an impact now. Diaz is able to shut down Gemini. Kino gets one on to Virtue, and suddenly M80 have the advantage again, but Alamau going through the fire flames and the shots is able to dodge it, but he's all by himself now. 1 versus 3, stuck inside of China. Creeps his way in, but he gets taken down by Kino, and M80 take the lead once more.
Right, bounce back. Iconic with a huge and a very important fight to win.
Over by Master Bedroom side. And I like Flores' pick here, but Spoit gets the opener onto Virtue, and down goes your Thatcher. But Benja uses that as the time to make his push.
Oh, the Thorn's going to make him a little bit unsettled as he gets himself an onion. He can use those nades below the beat and find that pressure. Sport, like he's attracting so much attention. The detonations at his feet and finally left in DBNO. Doki nearly finds himself traded but gets that confirmation. Advantage G2. 4-3 in terms of player count. 60 seconds. And Gemini's already inside of Astro. He's going to be such a problem, but Doki doesn't care. And finds Gomez. Iconic before taking retake from Astro, but Benja looks away just at the wrong moment. Inviting pressure, but doesn't matter. A false invitation only to the grave as Benja finds two. And G2 bring us level once again. It's a symptom of Villa. It's a difficult map to drone. It's very difficult to get that map control. There's so many avenues, but this is what Alamau's cooking. He's going to go straight in zombie window and put pressure on the Sport. And he goes. The SMG11's out with Sport aware. No caught reloading. He was able to find two before he gets quelled. An advantage sits with M80, but a key and critical
where you can find some joy. And Kino is going to get taken down as he's got from above. And Diaz will try to force the red, but this will be a tricky one with Benja holding the angle, and he confirms out that kill.
Benja looks for second one. Iconic the distance finds one on the Virtue in 90, and that's going to start ringing alarm bells for Benja, knowing he's going to get hunted, peeked by one angle from Vault Door, but Iconic still on the hunt upstairs. Gomez escapes, and Iconic finds a second one. He doesn't realize, but now they're going to know. Give away his position with a single shot. He needs to read into this. Collects the case. 25 seconds, Gibby. It's going to be Iconic, shuts it down. M80 find the lead once again on the defense of Villa. Terror drone goes in, detonates inside a study. Gemini poise and pokes and pokes. Doki, he just wandered straight in the sight, but not for long. Gomez with a new 1.5 finds that head, and Doki falls. But G2 might see that as an opportunity to begin to flood the site.
Virtue can plant. You look at the utility that's in position. You know, there's not very much there that can be used to stop it, but Gomez is able to get a kill, and that's a big one because the cover's not there. Swing around with the machine pistol, but he's unable to find the kill. Virtue took a beating. He is taken down by Gomez. Diaz has the cross. It's a 3v1. Gemini is in position to go for the plant, but they peeked. G2 did not have to peek the player and study.
I'm actually gonna play to the defense of G2 in this one. Alamau needed to rotate all the way around to that study door or to that map by the side of G2. M80 in a great position to coast out this round now. Don't overextend, play your trades. An aggressive push, but he's gonna get punished. Gemini gets aggressive, but Diaz hidden in the bathtub. Gets one, baits out the shots from Alamau, but Virtue will claim him with the AK-12. 3-3.
Benja can't quite step in through that rotate just yet as well. They're trying to create a funnel, a kill box for G2 to step in through. Kino is hidden in position, and Benja will force the swing with the stun. Iconic gets one, but Benja trades it back, and Spite wins. M80 take map one, and that is a big statement from the team from NA as they take G2 on Villa. And look at the relief on their faces. Side of the map, and as of late, I've become a bit more of a fan of cocktail techs, particularly when you have the operators that prevent defenders from running out. Because now you can hold one side from the skylight, you can use Ying to get active. Gemini, though, is going to shut it down with a quick double. And that's a big problem for M80. It's a 4v3, a 4v2 now as Virtue's able to find one stepping out of the bathroom. Valk's playing below, but Diaz and Gomez have seen this attack
and it's slow. Tented a few moments. Doki not sure where this threat will arrive with the camera. Inside a bar is still up, so he has some level of safety. He creeps up on bar, but gets himself compromised. Gomez finds 3 in the round, and Benja left alone. He has a mirror window when he finds out of Gomez. Looks for a second one, but all he has to do is play the time. Hold on and wait. Be patient and don't peek, Benja. Hold on, he swings wide and finds Diaz. G2 round 1.
Yeah, that mirror set up inside a bathroom, that was a problem.
A little bit late to the dance for that one. The MPX rattles off, and that's not going to deter Spite. He walks up and looks to find his first victim instead of reading his Kino. Begins to work right the case.
Yeah, so now Spite has to cover these two angles. Everyone else is planting inside a reading room, and now Spite can get focused on the Valk from below. Once the case goes down, go get aggressive. Alamau has to fight and claw his way back up. He's going to begin to peek, and he's going to get taken down by Spite. Now he can focus on the player pushing out from Laundry. That's what's going to happen as Virtue creeping and crawling with that TCSG. But there's also a player on the window just above Spite. Spite's going to step up, but the slug will take him down. 4v4. 15 seconds still now for M80 to try hold on.
G2 have to make it happen now or never. It's going to be too much time. The diffuser hits critical. G2 with one survivor, but the time will be their nemesis. Iconic claims Virtue, and it goes down. I was saying, you know, it looks a bit weak towards mining. There's not a lot of information as possible and spots an aggressive push. Alamo goes up downstairs, and well, the Brava gets in safely in a difficult position. Doki gets one, and oh my! G2 light up the feed, but Diaz gets one back as Benjo falls, as Kino gets control, lowers the shield, only to invite Alamo to find his life, and trade once again by Diaz. But
it didn't work. Not quite sure how Alamo managed to cross the top of those whiskey stairs, but again, Diaz now tosses the stun. And this is what I like. Whenever the stun grenade was thrown, instead of just sitting and waiting, Gemini knew I had 2 seconds, maybe 1 second.
These fights.
Yeah, because he knows that he's got coverage on the window. There's a player below red. They're going to combine the swing. Benja says thank you very much. His cross isn't covered, but Diaz gets the double. Down goes Benja and Doki.
Cross held. He needs to win this fight to keep Alamo in this. The plant goes down. The first tap is there. And I don't think G2 have an answer to this one. There's nothing they can do. Gemini needs to get a move on, but shut down by Sport. Leave it all down to the export from Brazil. This Alamo with 1 HP and a dream. And Diaz decides to make it a nightmare. M80, draw level.
And again, to force them out of these positions. And look at the aggression on, I think, is that Virtue who's just gone prone out of bathroom to catch anybody who may think to move. And Gemini gets one, making it a 3v3. But he gets traded back instantly by Diaz, keeping the numbers in favor of M80.
And they need to hold this numbers advantage. 40 seconds. Kino tries to stick it, so now it's neutralized. It's the 2 active guns against each other, but the repels might be enough for 1 player crosses. The case gets sticked, and now the problem all sits at G2. A post-plant situation with the repels in play. A massive issue for G2 to solve. Virtue creeps up, but Heaven might be too difficult to solve, and Spoit has all the angles to work with as well. I think it's pretty safe to say this round is all in favor of M80. Diaz almost guarantees it, but Virtue will find one. But the repel, that spells demise. There's no way to say he feels a bit pressured now, stuck in a corner with a shield in his face, waiting for perhaps an overextension of Kino. But Spoit drops prone straight into Doki. The drop of the shield's enough to give Kino a chance to get that trade. Advantage still with G2. And well, we said it's a disadvantage having a shield, not a rifle. I think Kino took that personally, but he's going to get himself shut down. The DMR. Virtue gets the job done, leaving it in the 4 versus 2. 30 seconds remain, and G2, can they hold on? Well, Iconic threats one, but only drops to his demise. Benja gets that kill, and Virtue wraps it up. Once again, Gibby, we're going level into the second half of Cafe. A very dangerous dance to the devil. Flashbang goes out to help support it, and Spoit's full blinded. Gemini finds one to Iconic, and G2 have an opening now in this round as Gomez is left and DBno elsewhere across the map. And this could be a huge opening opportunity for G2 to get themselves advantageous positions on the offense here on Cafe. And that nade to confirm Gomez. Nope.
Yeah, and Gomez probably not going to get assisted here as well. The player goes through. Alamo didn't spot the 9 players, more focused on Spoit, cleans that one up. 5 versus 3 now. G2 really starting to just rein in M80. Diaz is going to get in a big fight, but he gets taken down as well as Benja makes it a 5v2.
Kino alone, 30 seconds and an SMG-11 in hands. Gomez, fade to black. The round's over for you. The rotation spotted, and Kino tries for heroics, but shut down in G2 on Cafe. A flawless
now, if you're G2, you got to work in tandem to clear Diaz, but Diaz is going to whiff his shots, and Benja is able to get the kills. That's a big kill. Doki's getting aggressive as well. He finds one as they isolate another one. It's a 4 versus 3. Yes, Benja is going to fall.
To hold on to it, the Gemini clone goes in, but do they spot out Kino? I think they do. They must have seen it, and now it's going to be a dance with the devil. The shotgun up close to person. The G2 need to go. They can't wait too much longer. This round is in the balance, and there's the opening. Alamo finds it. 3 of kills as Gemini gets one more, but 5 seconds remain. Gomez needs to hold on. Triple zeros here, and that plant's not safe at all. But can G2 cover? A great rotation. He has information. It's going to be an easy deny, but no, the ping's not accurate, and Alamo gets the stick.
That was bad. The information was a little bit wrong. The red ping was historic, and Alamo perfectly beat it out. That's why he didn't stick the spot in the first place. Job done, though. You know the player's dropped, so there's only 2 ways now that Warden can get back to site. Benja's able to find the kill on Gomez now as Warden did fall. Good clear by G2. Now the big thing. They have 1 minute and 14 seconds left. They've got a lot of control here already, but that's a great flag from Iconic. He gets one. Diaz gets another, and all of a sudden, M80 are back in. Gemini does try clear inside, but the player's already long gone, and Gemini stuns himself again. He's a little bit, dare we say, starstruck, but Benja does get us one on the stairs. Spoit steps in. He's traded back 3 versus 1, and surely G2 going to move on to map point.
G2 in complete and utter control. Alamau will be able to stick this surely without contention. No! Diaz creeps around, but the CZ doesn't help him out in that position as Benja, quick reactions, drops. Can't cover his teammate, but can find the trade in G2 on map point here on Cafe.
That third map.
No, you can't do that. Now, you got a feel, you know, we saw steady hands of Esport when he's playing Jenga earlier. You think that's going to continue now? Pressure on him. Can he perform? Can he begin to dig his team out of this one? And yes, he can! The smooth operator sends it out of heaven window, and Virtue burst
got some very good operators to delay G2. I just don't want to see them do anything silly. Don't give G2 a freebie, and there's Spoit getting a second.
He's the best in the world.
He's back. He's back.
He is simply the best.
There is a gunfight that is going to happen on White Stairs. Alamau sprinting, has no clue that there's a two-way cross being held, and Diaz rounds that one out. 2-round game now as M80 finally win a round on defense.
And G2, they might have walked into a perfect trap laid by M80. Kendoki, calm the nerves. He needs to find this fight, and that's going to be difficult as Iconic just around the corner, but his teammate saves him. Benja's there, looks for a second, but can't do it. But all Gomez needs to do is stay alive and potentially find this one.
Yeah, but he is going to use the machine pistol, and it doesn't work as Doki gets the kill. 3-2. Diaz and Kino now need to hold down the fort. G2 still at 15 seconds. Time ticking away really quickly. The case is in the hands on White Stairs. Kino just needs to get one, but there's Doki coming through pillar, but they need to get in sight. They need to get the case down. Diaz gets his one, but now they've got no time. They got to hunt the kill. Gunfight being used. Diaz, C4 shotgun in the hand, misses his first shot and gets held back. Doki gets the case down. 40 seconds now left. Diaz missed a big opportunity to win that round for M80, and G2 get themselves into a cross, and this is pretty much an unwinnable position. But there's the shot on the Doki. 1 versus 1. I spoke too soon, but you've still got to clear White Stairs. Virtue gets a G2 win. They take the map. We're going to game 3. A minute gone, you've got a third of the round to play with, you've got the breach open, you've now got dirt open, which forces the player who's playing in that position further back, and then there's the job get a little bit easier as Doki finds the first kill with a nade. And now he's going to try push down through main stairs. Again, there'll be nobody playing by motorbike because they're holding it from the generator side. Virtue gets one. Iconic gets another. There's the Candelas to cause some chaos and confusion on the site. Virtue does get traded back, and there's Diaz and Iconic making it a 3 versus 2. It's all gone the wrong way here, but Alamau brings it back once more. Lots of utility being tossed this way. Those impacts taking him down low, but Doki gets one. It's a 2 versus 1. Alamau is trying to hold Diaz in position, but they've got him traded inside of dirt. But there goes the case, and now Diaz is backed in the dirt, and the G2 have to hunt. They too. Doki wins the round.
All support-based offer, but we all know Ace really isn't that support. AK-12 is so good as Spoit peeks out second, and Alamau spray finds him. He gets shot down. Alamau not happy with the comment previously saying Spoit's the best in the world, decides to take it on his own as Virtue gets Iconic shot down below. Knock bounces perfectly as Benj is next to fall as Kino's shotgun blasts him to the next dimension.
As he makes it now a 4 versus 2. Kino on red, Diaz playing by the monitors. He jumps out to look towards. He's going to take a lot of damage. He goes down. Gemini and Alamau combine. And just like that, G2 rocket into a 2-0 lead. Doki is going to hold the long angle. There's the Candelas. He gets himself one that forces players to push from generator. Now he moves once more. More Candelas being thrown through. The Kiba barrier actually coming in with a little bit of a help for G2. But the case is going down. Benji gets one. one cover from above. Gomez does trade one back, but it's 3 versus 1. It's all down to Gomez. He finds one, gets himself reloaded on the MPX, but the case is going to go down from Gemini. Virtue holds the cross. Gemini gets the kill. G2 3-0 in the lead once more. Push up now and catch him out. I was hoping he might go for a pit, but instead he'll get a freebie on the Doki as he pushes up through Adam, and that could put a bit of a spanner in the works. Now he's playing below, and because you've got him below, you can't plant the fault. Diaz is going to get a kill on the Gemini. He's going to Almau's by the bomb chassis. He's still trying to find that next kill, so they're looking for another one. Benja gets one, but there's the shot coming through from Kino. He gets his one. Kino gets another one, and M80 finally win a round on attack, and that could be exactly what the doctor prescribed.
No points inside of blue at this stage, but you can't do anything about that, so you have to make your execution stick from the main stairs, dirt, and kitchen hatch. Gomez takes a huge amount of damage. Doki with a nade gets an opportunity, finds 2. Spoit shuts him down. Kino and Dirt's in a must-win position, but Gemini's already trying to stick down that case. Called in action is going to be that mirror, but it's too late. No! Gemini shut down by Spoit. Gets the job done, and M80 have a lifeline. Spoit finds 3 in the round, and Benjamaster left to try and retake this with Virtue on his side. They drop in now. They have to rely on the impact of the rifles. You can't stick it without solid cover, and Spoit needs to play the time, and that's exactly what he'll do. Virtue tries to stick it, 5 seconds remaining, and it's all down to Benji to land this cover. The battle for who will be king of the north, but doesn't matter. Diaz finds Virtue, and M80 get themselves 1 round back. With time draining away and a clash to deal with, you feel it might be a problem for G2, but a trade happens, and you've got to remember, Iconic doesn't have a primary weapon, has that shield in his face, so 1 firearm advantage for the side of G2 in a trade with Doki. Gomez, perfect timing, near pinpoint precision for both these players. A vault in from Benja, and he's going to try and get aggressive. He needs to be the answer, and he's going to be inside a bathroom, finding 1, and this might crack M80 wide open. The clash will be a problem, but will Iconic stay alive? He'll stun, he'll tase, he'll play, he'll annoy, he'll irritate every single member of G2, giving his teammate Spoit time to react and rotate. 15 seconds to try and stick this out, and Sledge needs to win this fight. A drop shot from Spoit's enough to wrap the round up, and now in a 1 versus 2 against Iconic on the clash, nothing Virtue can do. M80 set to bring us level, and that is a done deal on that one. 3-3 split here on Clubhouse. We go level at the end of the half once again between these two teams.
This is the point where M80 have to become the aggressors now. They got to press the issue and get one of these picks to give themselves an entryway to sight.
Well, Spoit finds that opening. Gemini's the first to fall for the side of G2, and here comes the flood on the site, but Doki will fire 1 to Gomez, looks for a second, and he's good for it. Third, not so much, but Iconic sends it deep to sight. 10 seconds, they need to get this case down. And well, that's exactly what they'll do. Diaz halfway through the procedure, but Iconic split between 2. Finds 1 more, looks for a 4K to wrap up the round. Benja, the answer, alone, and gets 1 more to Diaz. Batman, what do you have? It's the answer, a 4K, and M80 find the round.
Some real pressure on. Honestly, Kino is the perfect operator with the defensive lineup that's been brought to clear Garage, and there's Diaz getting another kill. Benja now forced to try to make something happen as he steps inside a Garage, but M80 are starting to put their foot on the pedal, and I am loving it.
This is where you gotta feel every single player from G2 needs to stand on their independence. Benja has to hold on. Gemini will find 1 on the spot. Benja has no idea where that threat's arriving from. A good trade, though. Alamau finds 1 to Kino. And no one's on that main breach right now, so G2 on the site. But Alamau has a second bite of the cherry. Lost across and not quick enough on the draw. A rotate wide, but look towards the breaches. Diaz is there for a freebie. Gemini, the latest addition to the roster, alone against 3, and Iconic ascends red stairs to take a round from G2. Iconic goes towards the main stairs. Kino sets himself up and ready, but doesn't matter. Doki swings wide and finds the opening. Batman's been slain now down the Spoit to find something inside of blue, but G2, they're too wise to it. They won't peek, meaning his teammate has to go all the way, drop oil pit to help support him on this pinch as Kino gets ready to solo drop that hatch.
White needs to do something now. He sprints across, but he's going to get taken down. Diaz makes it at 4 versus 2, though. Doki gets another one, and that's that. G2 stop the momentum, and they pull their first round on defense. 5-4 the scoreline now.
Can they continue this momentum onward? Minute 25 to work with. And well, they've run into a bit of a situation. They can't go too much further. They know they're in a crossfire. What will be the man sent out to get one and finds it second in the round? Looks for a third, and he's going to go deep. Virtue gets one back with a drop shot from Alamau. Brings us level 3 versus 3.
Virtue's HP is low, but Kino's is lower. Gomez working in tandem. Another trade coming through as it's a 2 versus 2 now. But Virtue is low. M80 have the benefit of more HP. And Gomez now will go for the plant. Stun grenades will prevent any push. There's a peek though from Benja. He comes around and makes it a 2 versus 1. And Benja gets another one. G2 level the sides. And now the pressure is on M80 as Benja plays them into that round. Needs to deal with Virtue. Using those bolts, those fire bolts, to no avail, but they eventually spread. But they only tickle Virtue. But he is eventually going to get shot down. Kino gets the kill. Spoit's going to get one on the Doki as well. He gets another one onto Gemini, leaving it all down to Benja. And there's Spoit rounding out the round. M80 take it. They take another one. That's the max we're going to get. If we get a late plant, we may get a couple more. But we're either going to overtime or this game is done. Kino is going to drop. He gets the kill. Actually, he baited the drop. Got the kill on the Doki. Iconic comes down dirt, and he gets Virtue as the blitz does come through. Alamau now getting stunned. Tries to prevent the drop, but he doesn't. Here comes Iconic on the blitz, but Gemini's going to trip him back. It's a 5v1 now, and Spoit rounds it out. M80 will progress in the upper bracket. G2 drop to the lower bracket. What a performance in that final round. And Iconic was cooking. M80 were cooking. And G2 couldn't handle the heat in the kitchen.